One of the best new gyms in Minnesota, and we're here. Let's get it in. Legs at Jacked and Lean. What's up, guys? Larry here. -5 in Minnesota today. But today we are in Jacked and Lean Gym, and this is just the leg area. Give you guys a better view of it, of what I'm dealing with. As you can see, it's pretty expansive. Not a lot of time to get things done, but I wanted to take a trip up here to be able to show you a leg pump workout. There's a lot of leg equipment in here, a lot of unique pieces, and we're going to take advantage of a few of those unique pieces. So not going to dive into it in the intro too much, but I just want you all to know that we're going to be taking this bad boy for a spin today, and it's going to be nice and fun. So listen up, pay attention, and we're going to really blast it out. So let's go. I know you hear my chicken sizzling in the background, so I apologize ahead of time. But bodybuilder got to eat. So starting out with a superset of seated leg curls and Cybex leg extensions. The seated leg curls were on a Strive machine, and then the leg extensions, like I said, were on a Cybex machine. Two machines that give you a lot of tension in that contracted position. It's important to note I really wasn't trying to focus on getting a lot of stretch in any of these movements. I just wanted to push a lot of blood into the muscle, and I wanted to make sure that it was a lot of active recovery going on. So really just focusing on the end position, in the contracted position again. I set up the Strive machine to be that way as well. So I know that everyone has an emphasis on stretch mediated hypertrophy, but there's something to be said for that end range where you can get that muscle shortened as much as possible. And I think on pump days, I think that should absolutely be the goal, seeing as at the stretch, that is the portion of the movement that holds the most damage. Just look at some of this equipment here. You got your pendulum squat, you got your old school Nautilus Duo, Icarian squat, powerlift leg press. You don't really see that very popular in a lot of college settings. A couple of hack squats, the pendulum and swing squat, and true squat version from Mega Mass. Those are great. But we'll be tackling this here as soon as these quads get warmed up. So let's keep going. All right, so they call this thing the Purple People Eater. This is a very unique kind of a hack leg press sled kind of thing. So I had never used this before, to be quite honest with you. Took a little bit of getting used to for this particular movement, where the platform was and where my feet were at. It really emphasized hamstrings and glutes a little bit more. And here on the leg press, or on the squat press rather, you see my feet low on the platform with the heel almost off, not totally off, but almost off. And I'm just trying to hit quad here. As you can see, I raise it up because I'm getting a little bit of pain in that knee. So had to compensate for that somehow. But in any event, this was a really good superset that I generally don't really use unless I'm like in a big time crunch, and we'll get into that later. But a couple of things I want you to understand as far as exercise sequencing. The movements that I picked today were majority quads. I only picked one hamstring exercise, and then the rest were quadriceps. So it was a superset of quads for the for the leg press and the Purple People Eater that you see here. I usually do the majority of quad work on my pump days, and when I do a whole leg workout, hamstrings and quads that are heavy, I usually don't do a ton of volume when it comes to quadriceps. I usually stick to around about maybe 2 to maybe 3 work sets, whereas I did 3 cycles of this superset, and then you'll see the last exercise, which is high rep leg extension at the end. This is a good weight selection I've got. between the leg press and this squat sled. Key thing with supersets is that you're trying not to go to failure, but it's hard to leave. It's hard to gauge, like leaving reps in the tank, because the accumulating effect of supersets, you're supposed to hit failure, right? So I'm saving a little bit. I know I could do more weight on the squat sled, but I'm not. And I know I could do more weight on the leg press, but I'm not, because I'm tapping out around about 8 reps. The goal is around about 8 to 10, 10 to 12 if I wasn't condensing time so much it could take longer rest periods. But around about 8 reps is about the lowest you will want to go, in my opinion, when you're doing like supersets or giant sets, or any type of session where you're combining exercises. So don't try to drop below 8 reps and just keep the pace up very fast. Now I want people to understand that this was kind of a bare bones minimum type of giant set session. If it were me, what I would do is that I would have at least 3 quad exercises and then 3 hamstring exercises. Obviously you saw that ratio was a little bit imbalanced today, but that's something that I want you all to understand, is that generally you want to have an even number of hamstrings and an even number of quadriceps in a workout like this. Even in workouts where you're doing straight sets, it's very important to have that work balanced. If you don't have a dominating body part, I consider my legs a weak structure overall. So for me to be able to come in, do 1 hamstring exercise and then the rest quads, that just shows that I need my quads a little bit bigger than my hamstrings, which have generally always lagged behind the front of my legs, but that's neither here nor there. So if you're going to do a workout like this, make sure that the work is balanced. Again, time was an issue, distance of this place was an issue, so I had to fight through that. But in any event, sometimes you just have to get the work done. You have to freestyle it, which is what we kind of did here, and then you just have to go for broke on each and every set. And that, my friends, is the Tenacity Strength way of doing a superset workout. All right, we're all done. It was just a leg pump today. It wasn't like a brutally heavy session or anything like that. But this is a cool place to be to do a session like that, heavy or light. Couple of key things when you're doing a giant set or a superset workout where the rest is very, very low. If you take a pre-workout sometimes, even if it's a pump one, I would advise that you don't. The accumulating fatigue that you'll get from the session is enough to provide a pump. And you want to avoid anything that's high dose caffeine, because it'll feel like your heart is about to burst out of your chest. I just had a half a cup of Target coffee from the house and went to work. That was it. Nothing crazy. Also, keep in mind the rest periods. Keep the rest periods down, so you'll be able to facilitate that pump without any type of pump product pre-workout or anything like that. So it requires you to stay locked in, requires you to just really, really concentrate, which is a good thing in today's digital world, as I'm holding an iPhone recording this. So leg pump done, back and biceps tomorrow. Great fun day ahead on that one. But if you get a chance, check out the gym's website, check out the gym's IG. That is in the link in the video description. So you guys give some support. But yeah, this was a fun little trip out here, but we gotta go now. So until next time, we'll see you, and y'all have a wonderful day.